Link TV, connecting you to the world. Link TV is viewer supported. Watch more at linktv.org.
I want to talk briefly about women and a one-way street when it comes to, because a lot of the stories that make their way to the Western press have to do with disproportionate punishment for shared crimes that have to do with sex and the marriage bond, men getting away scot-free while women are dealt harsh penalties. There's a perception about Islamic law, about Sharia, that says it's a one-way street that's really rough on women and not equally rough on men.
Well, that's actually where I can very confidently say there's just simply a misconception. There's no nuance there. If you look at the Quran, I mean, just basic verses that talk about these severe punishments, they're very clear in their men and women, and they're completely equal in terms of the punishments when they're dealt, when they are supposed to be applied, which is supposed to be close to never, are supposed to be equally applied to men and women alike, which is in contrast actually to traditional law and other faith traditions. But Islam deals with this issue as an equal problem, the woman and the man, or actually it starts out with men in terms of the punishment, the man who does this and the woman who does this, and it goes on in a very parallel way throughout the Quran. So the fact that it's being applied to women disproportionately is one example of a misapplication and a mixing of Sharia with local cultures that projects it in a very imbalanced way.
Reza, as we look across the globe, is there any place where Sharia-inspired or flat-out Sharia codes are in operation with the consent of the governed and doling out pretty good justice that people are happy with?
No. No, as a matter of fact, that's not the case at all. In many, many Muslim and Arab countries, Sharia is on the books, but it's just simply ignored. In other countries, Sharia is at the hands of a ruling elite, whether it's the monarchy in Saudi Arabia or whether it's the clerical authorities in Iran. But these laws, these rules are by no means voted on by the population of either Saudi or Iran. So, again, I think the reason that there is a desire amongst, say, Egyptians, and by the way, I should say, Sharia is in the legal code of Egypt. It's just deliberately ignored by the government and by the judiciary. I think that the reason that there is such a desire for that is precisely the fact that there is a sense that the sovereignty of the people is missing in these countries, that the people themselves don't get to decide what kind of law that they're going to have, what kind of law is going to run their lives, that decision is being made by these unseen forces that they have absolutely no control over.
It's clear that, oh, I'm sorry.
I would like to add, actually, I think Reza's completely right about a nation-state applying Sharia, but there are smaller institutions like banks or financial institutions that are running their system through a Sharia-compliant set of standards and have actually done very well and have really weathered the storm in this last downward spiral of the financial system. They've been the only ones who have come out profitable because of the Sharia prohibitions on some of the risky types of loans that have actually gotten us into trouble. So there are institutions, live and well, who are applying Sharia principles and are, in fact, being very effective.
Link TV is the only U.S. network dedicated to global and national news, uncompromising documentaries, and diverse cultural programs. Programs which connect you to the world. To learn more, visit linktv.org.